My name is Mary Poole, and I was the director of Logic's production of Hamilton. Today is October 16th, 2021. Welcome to our theater. When I realized that this was going to be a unique production, I thought it would be nice to have a time capsule so that when our students' children ask them in 20 years, what was it like living through a global pandemic, we would have something to show them. So before we watch Hamilton, we have an interview with the cast on the making of Hamilton. Enjoy.
Jenny, what is it like living through a global pandemic? What will you most remember about this time?
I don't want to remember it, so I'm just gonna skip that question.
I remember having to wear a mask and how much I don't want to and how happy I am that I'm vaccinated.
It was very isolating.
For me, I broke my leg, my kneecap, and it's really hard wearing a mask at the same time of having a broken kneecap and having to go out and do stuff around the house and going out with my parents and having to go do other stuff. It was just really hard.
I remember at the start of the pandemic when people were talking about the new coronavirus strain, COVID-19. I remember saying these people are just going to isolate, they're going to put themselves in a space and they're going to say, I'm not going to infect everyone else. That's not what happened. It was a bit of a wake-up call for me. When a group's lives are completely dependent on the actions of the country as a whole and the world as a whole, there's a very large divide between the people who are wanting to get it over with and doing the right thing and the people who are wanting to get it over with and are just deciding that this is not what they want to believe in. I feel a lot of jealousy for the people that are just able to say, I don't believe in this. But what's been really amazing to me is the fact that during this time, something like Hamilton can still happen. You know, it can still exist. It can still thrive even. Just the sheer amount of hours and work and time and money that the director has put into this is utterly astounding. And the determination and the perseverance of everyone that worked on this show is never fails to impress me.
What effects did the pandemic have on Hamilton?
So one of the weird things about performing outside in a pandemic is that originally we had planned a black box theater, so we only needed a couple of backdrops on what are called flats. But now we wanted to social distance, so we needed to grow our stage bigger. So all of a sudden, instead of just flats, we needed set pieces in between the flats. We needed extra flats. Anything we could do to grow our stage from this big to that big.
Cut them off at need, but this is that need, there's no more enough we need. When we first did this, it was just class, and we did it inside.
We did it in a nice open room.
You should be facing the audience.
And we were less than a foot away from each other. Jefferson has my phone. I never agree with Jefferson.
Don't hit him!
When all is said and all is done, Jefferson has beliefs. Burr has none.
Now we do it in front of my garage.
I would totally rather take a stage in a theater.
Before everybody would arrive, I would take a piece of chalk and write down all the cast members' names on the concrete. And I would take a measuring tape and measure 6 feet of distance between all of them to ensure that it was safe.
And we have to wear masks, and we have to be distanced. I like that Aaron Burr. I can't believe we're here with him. He seems original.
Like you could grab a beer with him.
And we had much more cast than we did before Hamilton. And after Hamilton, we have much less cast.
Now we all turn. We face Alexander. Face Alexander. Alexander, you can actually walk right up. When we first started this a year ago, we met every Friday at a designated time. Everybody was there. And then, of course, a year later, not everybody could fit the same stuff into their schedules. So we would have like 4 Hamilton rehearsals in 1 week this summer and be totally Hamiltoned out, and then have nothing for a month and then a rehearsal again. So it's kind of crazy.
The people that were committed, they came every single time there was a rehearsal schedule. And that takes a kind of strength that I feel like is very rare. So I'm very lucky to be working with the people here.
Were any of the effects of COVID frustrating for the Hamilton production? Well, there's a lot of things.
Originally, we were supposed to perform at the Skokie Theater, and after COVID hit, we had to perform outside so that any present COVID germs could disperse in the air before getting us sick. But being outside presented some new challenges that I hadn't dealt with before as a director, because some people are wearing masks, so you can't see them from the here down, and others are wearing sunglasses, so you can't see their expressions from here up. And they have to be distanced somewhat, and most of them can't like touch each other, or like not as much, they can't be as close to each other. So establishing relationships when you can't see people's facial expressions or body language in the same way that you could have before was challenging. I had to block it so that people who were vaccinated or related were together, and people who were not vaccinated and not related to other cast members were distanced.
You have to be 6 feet away from each other, and you don't get to you have to stay outside for a long time, and it's usually hot.
Normally, outdoor theater is done in an outdoor theater, not in front of somebody's garage. And our set was not designed for that. So we had to weight the flats down with bricks so they wouldn't blow away. And then one day we got caught in the rain and we had to cover the sets with clear plastic so that the acrylic paint wouldn't melt. Some of our cast couldn't come back after a year to finish the show.
The fact that we had to replace a significant amount of actors who had more experience with those among us who have the lack of 2 digits when talking about their age.
You know, that presented some challenges for the younger ones.
What are you most looking forward to for when the pandemic is over?
I'm looking forward to being vaccinated.
Sleepovers. I have a friend that I've only met online at school sometimes, and we really want to make a play date one day when this is over. Or he's gonna get vaccinated, then we could have a play date.
Sometimes I need to get away from my entire family. I have 4 siblings. That's a lot of kids, especially when 3 of them are screaming in my ears, except for when there's 4 of them screaming in my ears.
It would just be really nice to have some alone time.
Presently, the vaccine is only for ages 12 and up, and I'm really hoping that there will be a vaccine for younger kids by fall, so that in October, when we have our cast party, I can look forward to putting out food that is Hamilton themed that everybody can snack on, because right now people are generally not sharing food, and I miss that.
Were any of the effects of the pandemic good? No!
I have one.
Boys' voices changed over the course of the year and still sounded good.
Okay.
We don't sound like dying cockatoos anymore.
I get to stay at my house, and I know my house so much that I know where the stuff is. I'm used to it.
My siblings got to be in it, so that was good.
I wouldn't be inside the film if it weren't for COVID. Well, I wouldn't be in the production without COVID. Because it was for middle schoolers, and now that it's at my house, I can be in it.
I feel like good stuff came out of the challenges. So, after a year, some of our cast had outgrown their costumes, and some other people in our cast who hadn't been planning on being in the show at all or playing additional roles suddenly were in the show playing additional roles and needed costumes. And then Plie Dancewear went and donated us beautiful costumes for free. So, good things came out of the challenges.
Is there anything you will miss about this time?
Well, I will miss not having to drive anywhere.
And you can just not go outside, order from Walmart, and they could bring groceries to your door. You just have to stick your head out the window for like 2 minutes.
What was your favorite thing about being in Hamilton?
Well, I really loved how I learned about how to be an actor and just having all the fun practicing and rehearsing and acting.
I was sad that we didn't get to do it when we were supposed to and everything, but I'm happy we got through it, and it was just nice, I guess, still to be able to do it with sets and everything and with such nice people. I guess that's really like the main thing.
Probably hanging around with like everyone. They were really cool people, and it was really fun to record with them.
And now, Logic's production of Hamilton.
God is a bastard, born and the son of a whore in disguise, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot on the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor. Grew up to be a hero and a scholar.
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading store.
And every day while slaves were being slaughtered and thrown away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside, he was longing for something to be a part of. The weather was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter.
Then hurricane came and devastation reigned. A mad sun, who drip, slipping down the drain. Went so to the temple connected into a train. And he rose a massive frame, a testament to his pain.
And the word got around, said this kid is insane, man. Took the bucket collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence it came. And the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton. It's Alexander Hamilton. And there's a million things I haven't done. But just you wait, just you wait.
When he was 10, his father's book of it, debt written 2 years later. Alexander, his mother, that written half dead. In their own sickness, Wait.
Moved in with his cousin, the cousin committed suicide. Nothing with nothing but ruined pride. Something new inside a voice saying,
Alex, you gotta think for yourself!
Started treating and reading every treatise on the shelf.
There would have been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead of destitute. Without a cent of restitution, started working, clacking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and other things he can't afford. Skimming for every book he could get his hands on. Planning for the future, see him now as he stands on the bow of a ship headed for a new land. In New York, you can be a new man.
Just you wait, just you wait. Just you wait.
Alexander Hamilton. When the winds for you never back down, you never learn to take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. America sings for you. We know what you overcame. We know you wrote the game.
Just you wait.
Another immigrant coming up from the
Just
bottom.
you wait.
America forgot him.
We fought with him.
Me, I died for him.
Me, I trusted him.
Me, I loved him. And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him. There's things you haven't done, but just you wait. What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton.
am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag for dag. I'm amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word I drop. Knowledge, I'm a diamond in the rough. A shiny piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage. I learn to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk the streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame. But damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out my name. I am the A-R-E-X-A-N-D-E-R. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. Meanwhile, Britain keeps shitting on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly, making George turns around with a spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free, so there will be a revolution in this century. And to me, don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually, you'll see my ascendancy, and I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot.
Hamilton's vote dropped him off in New York City in 1772, but it is now 1776, and the heat is on between the colonies and Great Britain.
The colonists are so angry, more and more of them are supporting the idea for a revolutionary war to be done with Britain once and for all.
Tonight, Hamilton meets 3 friends at a tavern to discuss their part in the rebellion. Join us?
No Tories allowed!
I may not live to see our glory, but I will gladly join the fight. And when our children tell our story, they'll tell the story of tonight.
Let's have a round tonight.
Let's have another round tonight.
Last freedom, something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. Raise a glass to the full of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us, telling the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Last freedom, something they can never take away.
No matter what they tell you.
Have another round tonight. Raise a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us, telling the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Hear ye! My name is Samuel Savory. I present 3 thoughts on the proceedings of the Continental Parliament. Heed not the rebel who scream revolution. They have not your interest at heart. Oh my God! Tear this dude apart! Chaos and bloodshed are not a solution. Don't let them lead you astray. This Congress does not speak for me. They're playing a dangerous game. I pray the king shows you his mercy. For shame, for shame.
Yo, he'd have you all unravel at the sound of screams, but the revolution is coming. The have-nots are gonna win this. It's hard to listen to you with a straight face. Chaos and bloodshed already haunts. Honestly, you shouldn't even talk. But what about Boston? Look at the cost and all that we've lost, and you talk about Congress.
does not speak.
My dog speaks more eloquently
They're
than
playing a
but
dangerous.
strangely, the mange is
I
the
pray
same.
the king shows you his message.
Is he in Jersey?
For shame.
For the revolution! For the revolution! If you repeat yourself again, I'm gonna...
Wait.
Honestly, look at me. Please
Please
don't
don't.
read.
Not your interest.
Don't modulate the key, then not debate with me. Why should a tiny island across the sea regulate the price of tea?
Alexander, please.
For I'd rather be divisive than indecisive. Drop the niceties. Silence.
From the king. A message from the king. A message from the king.
You say the price of my love is not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, but you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall, and we have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send up all your battalions to remind you of my love. You say our love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject. 'Cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war.
For your love, for your praise,
I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad.
So don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love.
You sick. In between political discussions, I sometimes like to attend social gatherings. There's one tonight, actually, if you'd like to come along. A winter's ball filled with lots of people from high society. Some of the major players tonight include the Schuyler sisters, Their father is very powerful with the government, and his daughters are reputedly beautiful. We'll see.
Skylar? My sister. Thank you for your service.
If it takes fighting a war for us to meet, then blow us away.
I'll leave you to it. 1 week later, I'm writing a letter nicely. I'ma let you color every letter that you write. Talking to my sister that she wants to pull my hair out. I'm saying she loves me. Ha! 2 weeks later, in the living room stressing. The father's stone face, boy, resting, boy, flexing. I'm dying inside as you whine and dine. And I'm trying not to cry, 'cause there's nothing that your mind can do. Father makes his way closer to you. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around, look around.
How long have you known?
A month or so,
Liza, you should have told me.
wrote to the general a month ago.
No.
I begged them to send you home.
Should have told me.
I'm not sorry. I knew you'd fight until the war was
not
won,
done.
but you deserve a chance to meet your son. Look around at how lucky you are to be alive right now.
You relish being a poor man's wife, unable to provide for your life.
I relish being your wife.
How does a ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower somehow defeat a global superpower? How do we emerge victorious from the quagmire, leave the battlefield waiting for the flag higher? Yeah, turns out we have a secret weapon and immigrant. You know, without the sun afraid to step in. It's constantly confusing, confounding the British entrance. Taking this close by any prayer I go that I'm not saying. Engaged in my street and I'm raging them out.
We can end it by your town. Cut them off at the bus. Places that need it. Someone else we need. Hamilton! So he knows what to do when it's Hamilton! Hamilton! We gotta use him eventually. What's he gonna do in the bench? Hamilton! More Dylan, some magic fire, practical attacks, brilliant! Hamilton! Fight for your land back! Hamilton! 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 Hamilton!
Alexander Hamilton. So waiting in the field for you. If you join us right now, together we can turn the tide. Oh, Alexander Hamilton. I have soldiers that will yield for you. If we manage to get this right, they'll surrender by early light. The world will never be the same. I was younger than you are now. When I was given my first command, I led my men straight into a massacre. I witnessed their death firsthand. I made every mistake and felt the shame rise in me. And even now I lie awake, knowing history has its own.
John Jay got sick after writing 5. James Madison wrote 29. And Hamilton wrote the other 51. How do you write like you're running out of time? Like you're running out of time. Right in night, like you're running out of time. Running out of time. Running out of time. How do you write like tomorrow wanna ride? How do you write like you need to survive? How do you write every second you're alive? Every second you're alive.
Alexander going non-stop was really good for American government, but was less good for his family.
He never spent time with his children and his wife.
But he did spend time with Mariah the equivalent of $25,000 in today's money for Mariah's husband to keep silent about their affair.
Still, people found out about it anyway.
Alexander was accused of using government money to pay off James Reynolds for his silence.
So Alex wound up publishing the Reynolds pamphlet, explaining the whole entire story to the community.
Well, now he's never done his homework. Alexander's got bigger problems than never being president. Look at his family life.
Then something even worse happened. Our oldest son, Philip, tried defending his dad's honor in an argument with someone else.
In a gun duel.
And he died.
Child as tight as you can and push away the unimaginable. The moments when you're in so deep feels easier to just swim down. Hamilton up down with the unimaginable.
Hours in the garden, I walk alone to the store, and it's quiet uptown. I never liked the quiet before. I take the children to church on Sunday, a sign across at the door, and I pray. That never used to happen before.
You see him in the streets, walking by himself, talking by himself, how could you?
Philip, you would like it uptown, it's quiet uptown.
He's working through the unimaginable.
His hair is on green, he passes every day. They say he was the life of the city.
Knock me out, I fall apart. Where we are, look at where we started. I know I don't deserve you, Eliza, but hear me out, that would be enough. If I could spare his life, if I could trade his life for mine, he'd be standing here right now, and you would smile, and that would be enough. I don't pretend to know the challenges we're facing. I know there's no replacing what we've lost, and you need to, but I'm not afraid. I know who I married. Just let me stay here by your side. That would be enough.
Walking by his side, talking by his side, how could you?
Eliza, do you like it uptown? It's Isn't there a bird, sir?
Alexander!
You've created quite a stir, sir.
I'm going door to door.
You're openly campaigning?
Sure.
That's new.
Honestly, it's kind of draining.
Burr,
Sure.
is there anything you wouldn't do?
No, I'm chasing what I want. You know what?
What?
I learned that from you.
Yo! People are asking to hear my voice. The country is facing a difficult choice. If you were to ask me who I promote, Jefferson has my vote. I've never agreed with Jefferson once. We have fought on like 75 different fronts. But when all is said and all is done, Jefferson has beliefs. Burr has none.
Wait. You never agreed with Jefferson about anything.
No.
I was your first friend. We worked together as lawyers, sometimes even on the same case.
Yeah.
And you tell the whole country to choose Jefferson over me? How does Hamilton, arrogant, immigrant, orphan, bastard, war's son, somehow endorse Thomas Jefferson, his enemy, a man he's despised since the beginning, just to keep me from winning? I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. The room where it happens for the last time. I am slow to anger, but I toe the line. 'Cause I reckon with the effects of your life on mine. Look back at where I failed, and in every place I checked, the only common thread has been your disrespect. Now you call me alarm, dangerous disgrace. If you got something to say, name it, time and place, face to face. I have the honor to ain't not perfect. They need it! Gone! Gone!
Catch a glimpse of the other side. Lawrence leads a soldier's chorus on the other side. My son is on the other side. He's with my mother on the other side. Washington is watching from the other side. Teach me how to say goodbye. Rise up, Eliza. I love take your time. See you on the other side. Raise a glass to freedom.
Strike him right between his ribs. I walk towards him and I'm ushered away. They roll him back across the Hudson. Get a drink. I hear wailing in the street. Somebody tells me you better hide. They say Angelica and Eliza were both on a sign when he died. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints, and it takes, and it takes, and it takes. History obliterates In every picture it paints me in all my mistakes. When Alexander aimed at the sky, he may have been the first one to die, but I'm the one who paid for it. I survived, but I'm paying for it. Now I'm a villain in your history. I was too young and blind to see. Should have known. I should have known. The world was wide enough for both Hamilton and me. The world was wide enough for both Hamilton and me.
Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You have no control who lives, who dies, who tells your story.
President Jefferson. I'll give him this. His financial system is a work of genius. I couldn't undo it if I tried, and I tried. President Madison. We took our country from bankruptcy to prosperity. I hate to admit it, but he doesn't get enough credit for all the credit he gave us. Every other founding father gets to grow old. Every other founding father's story gets told. But when you're gone, who remembers your name? Who keeps your flame? Who tells your story? I put myself back in the narrative. I stop wasting time on tears. I live another 50 years. It's not enough time. I interview every soldier who fought by your side. Try to make sense of your thousands of pages of writings. You really do right, like you're running out of time. I rely on Angelica. While she's alive, we tell your story. She's buried in Trinity Church near you. When I needed her most, she was right on time. And I'm still not through. I ask myself, what would you do if you had more time? The Lord in His kindness gives me what you always wanted. He gives me more time. I raise funds in D.C. for the Washington Monument.
Tells my story.
I speak out against slavery. You could have done so much more if you only had time. And when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell our story? Oh, can I show you what I'm proudest of? I established the first private school in New York City. I had to raise my stepchildren. I get to see them growing up. I see them in your eyes, Alexander. I see them every time.